In America or any other developed nation, when something happens, something like an accident or plane crash happens, they will take out their time and investigate the root cause of the problem. They will take out their time. It doesn't matter how long it will take them, but they will take out their time to investigate the root cause of the problem. The reason why they are doing that, not because that investigation is going to bring those people back to life, but they want to find out the cause of that problem so that they will prevent it from happening again. That is why you can see an investigation lasting up to 10-20 years trying to find out the root cause of the problem so that they will prevent it from happening again. Good. But in Africa, especially my country, Nigeria, when something happens, when there is something like an accident or a plane crash, instead of us to investigate and find out the root cause of the problem, we say it is the will of God. We conclude that it is the will of God. A reverend father or a pastor will come to that barrier and say it is the will of God. Let's just take it the way it is, that God bring it and God take it. No thorough investigation, no accountability, just the will of God. Why some people are somewhere saying it is the will of God, other people are also somewhere blaming the devil for being responsible for what happened, instead of investigating to find out the root cause of the problem. We say it is the will of God. So today, I want to talk about a topic I titled The Will of God. Yes, the will of God. Is there anything like will of God? When something bad happens, we say it is the will of God. When an accident happens, when a plane crash happens, when somebody kills somebody, we say it is the will of God for that person to die. Now, I want to ask you, this same God we are saying that it is his will for that accident to happen, is he not the same God that said in the Bible, for some of you that read the Bible here, is he not that same God that said that my thoughts for you are that of good and not of evil? Am I communicating? The same God you're saying that it is his will for a plane to crash, it is his will for an accident to kill people that are going to crusade, it is his will for a little kid to die or something like that. Is he not that same God that said that my thought for you are that of good and not of evil? Why are we always saying that it is will of God instead of us to try to investigate and find out the root cause of the problem? You know, the reason why I'm making this video this afternoon is because I saw a video of Matthias Ezak. You know who is Matthias Ezak? The founder of Omenalabuse Eziokunando. I saw a video where he was protesting with gasket over the death of, I think, 2 kids that died in Anambra State. And what was the cause of the death? Government awarded a contract to a contractor to fix the road. Now, that contractor dug a very deep hole in the middle of express road without putting a warning sign. I get what I'm saying now. He dug a very big hole in the middle of the road without putting a warning sign that could caution incoming vehicles to slow down, that there is a hole somewhere. He just dug the hole and left it there. Now, there was this car coming, I think it was a truck or a lorry coming, and while he was trying to dodge that hole, he lost control and killed 2 kids. And it happened, unfortunately, they happened to be members of Omenalabuse Eziokunando. And I think after that incident, other people also died. Now, Matthias Ezak decided to protest and demand for the arrest of the contractor who was in charge, or who is in charge of that particular road. That is how it should be done. Accountability. He said he wants the arrest of that particular contractor, that government should provide that contractor who dug that hole in the middle of the road without putting a warning sign. He said he wanted the arrest. There was a very big protest in Anambra State. So many people came out and they were protesting. This is how it should be done. Somebody must be held accountable. But if this thing happened in a Christian home now, they will invite a reverend father or a pastor. Now he will come on there and say, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, God bring it, God take it. It is the will of God. In actual sense, it is never the will of God for those kids to die. No, it's not the will of God. It is the will of that particular contractor who dug that hole in the middle of the road without putting any warning sign to caution incoming vehicles. It is his will to kill those people, not God. But Christianity will make us not to accept accountability. Once they say it is the will of God, now everybody will be dissuaded. Everybody's heart will calm down. It'll be like, oh, God, bring it, God, take it. No accountability. Nobody should be held accountable for that. Even the person that is in charge of building that road, that dug that hole without putting a warning sign, a caution, nothing happens again. We say it is the will of God. While God said in his Bible that my thought for you is that of good and not of evil. So why are we saying that it is the will for that little kid to die? It is never his will. So it is the will of that particular contractor who dug that hole. He should be held accountable. In a Western world, in a civilized nation, that man should be held accountable and brought to book. Yes, that is how it should be done. So Matthias, what he's doing is the right thing by protesting. If our religious leaders will stop blaming the devil and start saying that it's the will of God and start letting us know that it is the duty of whoever that is responsible for that thing that should be held accountable. That person should be held accountable. Not the devil, not God. It was never the will of God. So this is what I expect from our religious leaders. Let us stop saying this thing, the will of God, that when something bad happens, we say it's the will of God, or we say it's the devil. No. The person that dug that hole, the contractor, should be held accountable. He should face the wrath of the law because he is the one that caused the death of those kids, not the devil, not God, but the contractor. So ever since this thing of the will of God ever came into our life, nobody is held accountable anymore. That is why in Nigeria, you will never hear anything say like after 10 years, there was an investigation after 10 to find out this is the cause of this. No, once something happens, we say the will of God, then concluded. Nothing happens anymore. Everybody goes their ways. But in America, in Europe, you will see that after 20, 30 years, somebody will get arrested over something that happened in 1960. That is accountability. These are people that want to make somebody to be held accountable for something that happened. So we need to adopt this kind of lifestyle. In the olden days, in the days of our ancestors, this is how they used to do. When something happened, they don't blame anybody, say it is God or it is the devil. No, they go out to ask questions. When little kids died, during the days of our ancestors, you can hardly hear that a young boy died or a young girl died. And if such a thing happens, everywhere become calm. The village will become so calm because everybody will kind of be afraid that something unusual has happened. Now, the elders will stand up and go and ask questions to find out what really caused this. Because this is unusual. What caused this? Not to start blaming the next church or the next pastor living next door. No, they will ask questions. What is the cause of this? They will find solution. But in Christendom, the next thing is say, it is the will of God, oh God, bring it, and God take it. Now everybody's heart will be melted because they have already said that it's the will of God. It is never the will of God for something bad to happen. When something bad happens, investigate and find out the root cause of the problem and prevent it from happening again. Stop blaming God or devil. Stop saying the will of God or blaming the devil for what human being caused.